All right, so Roxanne,
Yes.
you brought up something, and I had a memory of this as well. And we were just having a conversation. I don't know if you know that I was going to bring this up, but
I assumed you would.
you got panic-stricken because you lost sight of one of your kids.
That's the first time it's happened, and it was horrific.
Where?
Now, it happened to me, I think, once. And Michelle could attest to this. It happened once, and I panicked. So, you know what? Let me give out the cash word first. This will take 10 seconds. So this is Rock the Cash Box, your chance to win $1,000 with our nationwide contest. So this hour's word is excited. EXCITED. Text the word excited nationwide to 45911 before quarter after. You got a shot at $1,000 cash, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. Text the word excited, EXCITED, nationwide to 45911. Good luck. We'll do another word at 10 a.m., then 12 noon, then 3 p.m., then 5 p.m. today. It's every day, Monday through Friday, Rock the Cash Box. So, Roxanne, what happened? Where did it happen? And what did it feel like? It's when you're a parent and you turn around and your kid is gone.
Okay, so this was one day that we were off work in the morning. So we didn't have the morning show, but it was a Wednesday. And so Doug was out of town, and I took my daughter to school, my older daughter.
And this is still affecting you. I mean, it's still...
it was like traumatizing.
You brought this up to me late last week.
I did,
and
but it happened a couple weeks ago.
It happened a couple of weeks prior, right. But it's still affecting you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It sticks with you.
The feeling that you lost your kid.
Yes. So then I come home with Daviana, and I decide to clean out my car. And I'm just having a great day because I got to sleep in, take my daughter to school, and I'm cleaning out my car, and I can see her. She's within sight, like she's a couple steps away from me. And I want to go inside and get the vacuum cleaner to vacuum my car. So I look at her, and she's right near where the garage door meets the driveway. And I said, stay right there, honey. She's got her trike. She's doing chalk. She's doing her chalk. And so I actually calculate how many steps inside I have to take to get to the vacuum cleaner and get back out. The handheld. And I go inside and I take I say it's going to be 10 steps. I walk in and I come out and I look directly to where she was, and she's vanished. She's gone. And immediately I just go into a panic, and but we live on a cul-de-sac. You don't see many people down there. I'm like, who could have come up and abducted her? What did she, but we do live around a lot of water. And you have behind the other houses.
You have gators too, right?
Everything.
No.
So I immediately walk out to my driveway. I look, in 360 around the house to see, just stand there like she's nowhere to be found. And I see a guy jogging towards my house or down the street. And I let out a blood curdling scream. My baby is gone.
Oh my God.
And so then, and it's
hold
just
on a sec. So you're screaming to the jogger,
yes,
my baby is gone?
Yes. Because
did the jogger hear you? Or did he have earbuds in?
No, he heard me.
So even if he had earbuds going with music?
I'm sure he heard me. It's like that scream that you don't even know you possess.
All right, do me a favor.
It's just like, I'm not going to do it.
I need you to recreate it.
You know what? I don't want to go back to that emotion. Let me get through this story. If I really can get into it, I will. But it's just going to hurt everybody's ears, and I don't.
Do we need to hypnotise you and put you back into the mood, into the state?
Let her tell the story.
Was it like this?
You can do it.
My baby's gone! Somebody help me!
What about the dingo ate my baby?
Oh, come on. She's not Australian.
The dingo ate my baby.
I'm Southern. It
How
was Froggy's
fetch do you think what it sounded like?
What do you think it sounded like?
My baby's gone!
Was it like that?
It was like that?
Who's closest?
Between the three of us.
The Southern Belle.
Or the Australian dingo.
Australian.
Oh my God, the dingo ate my baby.
Or was it me? Oh dear Lord, somebody's stolen my baby.
It was the Southern Belle.
Okay.
Froggy, good job. That was Roxanne on point.
What happened?
So this guy's name is Carlos, and I don't know him, but now I know
Carlos
his name
the
is
jogger?
Carlos. Yes. So he runs
So
around.
did Carlos the jogger say,
What happened?
Yes, he did.
No, Froggy.
And so
now you're Carlos the jogger, Froggy. Go ahead.
I can imagine what he sounds like.
So
Go
he
ahead.
runs around to my backyard
Yep.
because that's where all the water is. So we're back there. He's looking, and then my brain starts to slow down a little bit. And this is what I would caution parents.
But did you
when
know
they-
Carlos, or was Carlos
No,
a
never met
stranger?
him. A stranger.
So he
A
could have been stranger danger.
No,
you
he was
could
very
be.
helpful. He was my hero
Okay,
that day.
all right.
Just, that I was wailing like a Southern belle. And so he's back there by the water, and I try to get control of my thoughts. And this is what I would tell parents, like, slow down and think logically, because what I did when I took those steps with the dustbuster out of my garage and saw she was missing, I saw the red trike, and I just pictured, all of a sudden in my head, I'm like, did aliens abduct her? Did a vampire take her? Because I'm
Yeah, those
realizing
are the two most likely scenarios.
I'm realizing it
Please don't
doesn't.
accuse me of
Roxanne,
this.
I love you, Roxanne. I want to take your story seriously, but if the first two places you go is zombies and aliens, I have to leave you now.
But listen, Fester, that is my point. Your emotional brain takes over. And at that point that I started wondering if there was an alien abduction, I said, Roxanne, get a hold of yourself. You're not thinking logically. Think logically. And the logic of the situation was she couldn't have gone anywhere in my 10 steps in and 10 steps out. So guess where she went? She'd gone into the garage and was hiding in my car because I had the doors open and I was vacuuming it. So as soon as this is
my
another thing.
gosh.
I told her, I go, I'll be back in 10 seconds. So she thinks 10. She thinks Mama's counting. I'm going to hide. So
Oh.
she was like playing hide and seek with me.
Great.
So she goes inside. Oh, Mommy's going to go count to 10 and I'm going to hide in the car. So I realized, Roxanne, she's got to be. So then I could hear her like, yelling from the car. So I go inside and of course she was there and I was hysterical and she knew, she could feel it in me. She was like, she started crying. I'm like,
So
it's okay.
she
it's
knew
okay.
that you panicked and freaked out.
Yeah, because I was screaming.
Did she
her
know that
name.
you invoked the help of Carlos the jogger?
Yeah.
Well-
my thoughts are with him right now. What is Carlos thinking after he's confronted with zombie apocalypse
I didn't
Alien
tell her my thoughts.
Dracula.
or just a 5-year-old hiding in the car with all the doors open
Exactly.
and a freaking out
Now-
mother?
But like immediately I started to judge myself when I was like, Roxanne, you shouldn't have left her alone to get the vacuum. And so I think the worst is going to happen. And then I see she's not by the trike and it's just like a bad movie. So I think the worst. But that's why I slow down. What could have happened? She climbed in the car and hid from you. Yes.
Now, my story, and this is very quick. We were at Lynn Haven Mall in Virginia Beach. We were up in Virginia Beach visiting Michelle's grandparents. I can't remember Chloe was probably 3 or 4. So this would have been like 2004, 2005. And I'll never forget, we were upstairs near the food court and she wanted something. I can't remember what we stopped at like one of the food court places or adjacent to the food court.
Like an Orange Julius or
And-
something good like that?
They didn't.
Oh, damn it.
Pembroke Mall had the Orange Julius.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, not Lynn Haven Mall. And Chloe's right next to me, and I turn around to like ask her, and she's gone. And we're in a mall. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm thinking of Adam Walsh.
It's the first thing that came
Yeah.
to my
You're
mind.
thinking
My
of John
God.
Walsh. He was taken from the Hollywood Mall in Hollywood, Florida, in Broward County.
I have to interject. I was answering a text.
Yes.
Were you with Michelle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Michelle was not with me. We had separated. And Michelle was somewhere else, and Chloe was with me. So you know what's running through my head? I'm responsible for Chloe. Chloe disappears, and I couldn't find her, and I'm panicking. I'm running all over the place looking for Chloe. I'm like, where, Chloe? And I think I'm yelling her name. It turned out that while I had turned around and I'm like paying attention, I'm looking at the menu, whatever we were doing, I think she wanted a cookie or something. I can't remember what the story was, where exactly it was. But I turn around, she's gone. It turns out that Michelle had walked by like 10, 15 feet away, and Chloe went running to her, and then Michelle went on and went into another store nearby, and I lost sight. I had no idea that Chloe had then joined up with Michelle, and I'm panicking. Oh my God, my kid is gone. this is like, John Walsh and little Adam Walsh. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm freaking out.
How long was she gone for? Or did you think? Yeah.
Hold on a second. Michelle just texted me. She was not 5 or 4. She was 2. Okay?
Yeah, so she's just toddling to her mother.
Hold on. And Michelle says she was in a stroller.
What, she just wheel herself
She
along?
jumped out of the stroller. See, I didn't remember. So Michelle's refreshing my memory. Chloe jumped out of the stroller. Is what happened.
And your mind didn't instantly go to alien abduction or zombie apocalypse?
Yeah.
Well, that's when because it didn't make sense that she was missing. So it was like this something doesn't add up here.
Let's keep going down the nonsensical.
I have to tell you so the reason I was asking you, MJ, if Michelle was with you is because when it first happened, I was like, I'm not telling anyone what I just did. Nobody. I was going to keep it to myself. I'm like, this is horrible. I'm a horrible mom. And 2 seconds later, I called Doug and I admitted I lost our child. And then he's like, I've done it before. And then I started telling more of my friends. And as it turns out, this happens to parents quite often.
Yeah, I think so.
At least once. It'll happen one time and then it'll hopefully never happen again.
I think only happened to me once. And after that, I just made sure that head was on a swivel and I never lost sight of my kids ever again. And keep in mind that I got, so Michelle's refreshing my memory. The stroller was like right next to me. She's in the stroller and she jumped out of the stroller. I didn't remember that, but now that Michelle reminds me. So, Fessa, did you ever lose one of your kids? It's a yes or a no?
No, I haven't, but I've played mean games on my kids before.
Oh, you
that's
hid from
nice.
the kids?
I'm a kid. I did it last week to Hudson.
That's terrible. What's the matter with you?
He's going to learn, dude. We're walking into Walmart, and I'm like, listen, no running. Walk beside me. And lo and behold, he takes off, and I see him go 4 or 5 aisles ahead of me, and I just duck in the aisle, and I watch him the whole time. And for about 4 minutes, he's just looking around, laughing, and then the look. Where he figures out that he's lost and I'm gone. And he starts flipping out.
Dude, what's wrong with you? You're tormenting your kids?
I will scare the hell out of
What is wrong? So
That's horrible.
Michelle's continuing to text me here.
Yeah.
So Michelle says because Chloe saw Michelle walk by at a distance, Chloe jumped out of the stroller to go to Michelle, and then Michelle didn't tell me, hey, I've got Chloe. I look, I guess, over, and Chloe's gone. I'm like, what the hell? But listen to this. Michelle's like, my Nana and I were laughing at you. We saw you panic. It was hysterical. Oh, it was one of those mall strollers that was some kind of animated creature thing, is what Michelle's texting me here. Great. And then I got Fester that's deliberately trying to mentally traumatize his kids.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Listen.
How about you, Frog? You ever lose your kid?
You know, I have dog, like, you know those dog chains that they have for kids? That
Yes,
they're
the
like
leashes.
bone cord leash
Yeah.
Oh, so you use the kid leash.
I don't judge that.
around their necks though. And I put shock collars
Got a
on.
choker collar on my. I got the spike collar that digs in.
And I took them to a vet and I got them chipped like a dog. So
Your
in
kids
case.
are between the shoulder blades.
Yeah, right there.
Your kids are chipped with a little grain of rice.
Yeah. So they'll be fine.
MJ, didn't you think your life
Hold on,
was
didn't they get chipped with the Bill Gates vaccine?
I think so.
I'm
yeah.
kidding.
Wait, what?
I'm
No.
I'm joking. I don't
What's
buy
the Bill
it.
Gates vaccine?
Oh, that was a conspiracy deal with the COVID vaccine. There were people that actually thought that Bill Gates was behind the vaccines and he was injecting little chips in you.
I will say Froggy's kids are only compatible with Android.
Yes. Well,
I don't understand what that means, but
they have chips, but we've decided to go with the barbecue flavored.